Dear UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres, I am addressing you from the Central Hospital of Penitentiary Service of Azerbaijan, which is 3 kilometers far from the venue where COP29 takes place. I'm Azerbaijani scientist and social justice activist. Also, I'm 2020 United Nations Graduate Study Program participant and founder of Azerbaijan's first UNESCO chair in the field of culture. On the 7th of August, 2023, I was kidnapped at Istanbul Sabiha Gökçen International Airport and brought to Baku by private jet. Then I was badly tortured and subjected psychotrope substances in the building of the Chief Police Department within the Ministry of Internal Affairs of Azerbaijan. I was threatened by torture against my family members and sexual harassment against myself in order to write untrue sentences on paper about LSE Professor Dr. Gubad Ibadoglu. Mr. Ibadoglu was the head of pro-European Azerbaijan Democracy and Prosperity Party until May 2024. He was forced to close the party after he was transferred to house arrest. The reason behind our arrests and serious human rights violations against me was that on the 29th of June, 2023, we founded Azerbaijani Youth Educational Foundation in London. This foundation is a charity organization with the goal of creating equal opportunities for Azerbaijani youth to study abroad. Azerbaijani officials are worried about my passion to do good for my people. Therefore, I was subjected to the act of kidnapping, torture, and the consultation of psychotrope substances in a secret form. I still remain in detention, although all charges are baseless and fabricated. My health has deteriorated significantly after I started hunger strike on June 14th. I refuse to eat meal in prison since I'm in danger to be poisoned by psychotrope substances again. I often receive death threats from the prison administration since I reject to stop the hunger strike. Thanks to the European Parliament to recognize me as a political prisoner on the 24th of October, 2024. I also thank the International Committee of Red Cross employees to visit me in prison. By the way, in 2013 I studied in Tilburg University in the Netherlands within the Erasmus Exchange Programme of EU Council. Tilburg University is one of the world's best universities in the field of economics. Kidnapping the scientist from NATO country and subjecting him to torture and psychotrope substances in order to use him against the pro-European opposition party leader are dangerous practices in terms of the safety of educated people and the protection of democratic values in Europe. Unfortunately, Turkish officials were bribed by those who decided to kidnap me in Turkey. Therefore, Turkish police under the management of Ali Yerlikaya, the Minister of Internal Affairs of Turkey, failed to protect me from Azerbaijani mafia. Moreover, Turkish court decided to deport me without even recognizing my fundamental rights to get my attorney's help and to appeal against the decision of deportation. The Minister of Justice of Turkey, Yilmaz Tunç, is responsible for this injustice. For all these human rights violations, Turkish government must give a reasonable explanation to the UN Secretary-General, UN Human Rights Commissioner Volker Turk. Turkish officials should understand that all scientists' lives matter regardless of their political views. I'm disappointed about Turkish officials' disrespect for the rule of law and human rights. The President of Turkey, Mr. Erdogan, has moral responsibility to call for unconditional release and to help my safe return to Istanbul. Before I was kidnapped in Turkey, I was doing PhD studies in Istanbul University with Turkish state scholarship. My research topic was on the subject of macroeconomic impacts of information asymmetry. I'm the first scientist who was doing in-depth research on this topic. When I lived in Turkey, I did my best to contribute to this country with my scientific researches, social projects, cultural activities, and humanitarian work. I was the first Azerbaijani who voluntarily joined humanitarian aid activities during Kahramanmaraş earthquake that happened in Turkey in February 2023. I also want to mention that in May 2023 I officially applied to Turkish citizenship. I asked NATO Secretary-General Mark Rutte to start an investigation regarding my case to be kidnapped by private jet from NATO country of Turkey. I also ask international human rights organizations, including Human Rights Watch, Amnesty International, to help me bring the world community's attention into my case. I call the International Criminal Court to punish those who are responsible for serious human rights violations against Azerbaijani political prisoners. It's pity that the United Nations Geneva office's Director General Tatiana Valovea, who was invited to Baku in late July 2023 to get informal permission for my unlawful arrest, is also responsible for this injustice. Dear UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres, last week I was told that I will not have court hearing anymore. The prison administrator said to me, "We will drink your blood after COP29 is over." So, it will be my last call if you leave me here in Azerbaijan prison. Please help me before COP29 is over.